How you doing, Coach?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
It's good.
You've seen this Nevada team before a time or two. What's it like watching on film and realizing you went up against them a couple times with different personnel?
The program just keeps getting better and better, and what they're doing there, it keeps growing. Obviously, they've had success, regardless of who they're playing. They come ready to play every single week. The mentality there of that program, they're physical, blue-collar operation, and there's no question that they're going to be ready to play a physical game.
Did it help you a little bit, having seen some of those names and numbers before?
Yeah, no question. No question. Every year is new, but yes, it's the familiarity with, obviously their offense and their personnel and things like that. It helps to have a basis on that offense. Yes.
You really followed up that running back quite nicely in that matchup last year. But at the same time, they know what you did. So
yes, sir.
How do you have to approach trying to do this again, knowing that they know your game plan?
No question. We're trying to build off our fundamentals, and being more disciplined with our gap control and our run fits, and making sure that our players feel really, really comfortable with exactly what we're doing with our front structures and where everybody's fitting, and being able to do that on a consistent basis is something we're trying to build off of. And these running backs, they're very, very physical. They are one cut downhill. They're going to run behind their pads. They're going to fall forward. They do an extremely good job coaching the running backs there.
What you see from their freshman quarterback, and obviously their receivers made some real huge presence of mind moments to make that comeback happen.
Their wide receiver core has been really good for a few years now. They got length on the outside. They got speed on the inside, quick slots, guys that can run, wide receivers that complement each other. The quarterback obviously did a tremendous job in leading them back. He made some really remarkable plays. He's capable of extending plays with his feet. From watching that game, you got to say the guy, he's a gamer, right? He made some unbelievable plays. So we're going to have our hands full, and we've got to focus on our process and the things that we've got to get done, which is always for us is making sure that we're ahead in the pre-snap and winning and recognizing formations and doing a great job of communicating. They will give us some formation issues that we will have to be ready for.
Coach Cristobal mentioned wanting to get DJ Johnson a little bit more involved, and Kayvon came in that first game in a couple different packages, but not a crazy amount of snaps. I mean, do you feel like, given that you did a pretty good job last week against that Auburn team, is there much to be changed, or maybe a desire to get some of those guys a little bit more involved?
Trying to grow, yes, sir. We're trying to grow every week. We're trying to grow every week. We're trying to grow guys' roles every week. Nothing's going to stay static around here. We're going to keep growing. And guys, the guys have an urgency. They've had urgency this week to grow. Regardless if they played well, they didn't get as much playing time, they got no playing time. Guys have had urgency to get better this week, and we have to do that. And we want to grow everybody's role throughout the course of the year because it's a long season. We're going to need everybody.
You mentioned all that pre-snap diagnosis, Andy. It was Isaac's first game as a starter. And Pro Football Focus liked what he did. What did you think of what he did?
And there's a lot. In the first game, there was a lot of things that he had to get adjusted to, a lot of formations as well as the safeties, handling all the different looks we had to see in the first game. It's a season's worth of stuff that, as you know, that we had to go through in the first game, and really proud of our guys for how they handled it. Were we perfect? No. We got to understand we're chasing perfection, but we're probably never going to get there. So we're really proud of him. We're really proud of the safeties and the way they stepped up and the way they played and handled all the formation variations, all the motions and things like that. It's something we can build off.
What were some of the biggest discrepancies that you saw in film that you guys attacked particularly this week?
We just got to be more consistent with our discipline, over the course of the game. We did a really, really good job with our effort and our mentality. It was inspiring to watch how hard our guys played. You could go home knowing that if guys are willing to put what they did into the task at hand and stay together, you can work and you can go forward. But we got to clean up some of the details and the consistency in which we operate.
It's never about one play and you're driving. Obviously, you called it after game, but for 57 minutes, you contained their best receiver to nothing. I mean, negative yardage. Anything you'd like to change about that last drive, particularly that last play about the guy giving up 5 inches and 25 pounds to him there on that coverage there?
Yeah, I mean, we got competitors on our defense, and we're not going to shy away from matchups or who's going against who. We're proud of the way, our guys played in that game. If there's some better situational awareness that we've started and obviously made an emphasis this week, in terms of our guys understanding situations when the ball's in a certain place on the field, a certain down and distance, and doing a better job to teach. Which obviously that starts with me and my emphasis with the staff and me doing a better job of that stuff. But our guys competed. They competed and they went up and they competed, and we'll take it and we'll go again, you know, with the guys we have any day of the week.
Where do you typically see the growth from game 1 to game 2 defensively?
You know what? I think that after the first game, you got an idea of who you are. You got an idea of what you need to fix, what you need to work on. And our guys, I mean, they were saying it in the locker room afterwards. They were saying it. We know who we can be. We know what the things we need to do to work on. So let's get back at it and let's go get those things that we got to get better at. We know, and it wasn't even us. It was the players. They knew. They know the things, that they've been awesome about it. They've come back with an open heart and some urgency, you know, and a little urgency.
But were those things that they brought up?
You know, we like to keep some of that stuff in house. You know that.
With Adrian going down, who were some guys at Sam who were pushing for playing time?
Yeah, no question. That's a tough deal because Adrian was really coming along as a football player. Really, really proud of him and his growth as a person. So, you know, there's a couple guys that got to step up. Mace Funas stepping up, getting some more time. Obviously, KT is a guy that has the capability to play on both edges. And as well as getting some of the other linebackers like Matt Chrisman is a guy that's going to step up and provide as a backup role. So, yeah.
Mace in particular, I mean, he had one particularly big play there against Auburn.
Yes.
Was that just kind of a flash as to what he can do and what that potential is for him?
Great football instincts, great football mind for a freshman. It's pretty impressive how well he knows the defense with multiple fronts, and his position is very multiple in which he does, and he has a really good feel. He did a great job on that particular play. You're talking about probably the reverse,
yep.
Right? So great feel staying home on the backside of understanding run going away, play going away, to make sure you stay home and to finish. Because they got some pretty good athletes over there. It's not easy to finish in the open space. It was a nice play.
Javon Holland had a nice freshman year, so you obviously inherited a talented guy, but where have you seen his growth?
You should have seen what he did out here today. If you saw what he did out here today, wow. He had about 2 or 3 interceptions, and I'm not just talking, the ball was thrown right to his face mask or his chest. So he is the best thing that Javon does is he competes with himself. He's got his own standard, and he works every single day for his standard that is a very elite level, and you see the product, and he's pretty talented, right? It's obvious that he's pretty talented, but there's a lot of areas too where we know he wants to grow, and we want to help him continue to grow, and we got to keep attacking him.
You don't defend the kicker, Andy, but when you got a freshman kicker just made a 56-yarder to win, does that put more stress on a unit where you know anything 40 and in, and it could be 3 points?
Yeah, you know, all that stuff plays in the defensive strategy. You know, anytime field goal block. You know, when our defense is out there on return, it's all defense, right? So that's got to play in. He's got a leg. And he wasn't gun shy either. He handled it in the heat. So there's no question. It's a great program. Those guys are built tough. Playing against those guys in the past, it was always a physical battle. Good. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.